spooky. Oh, I forgot we changed this. And your face is like the whole entire display capture.
Yeah, it is.
Unlock that. We'll do that. Window capture is going to be different. 6. This is Dan's character, yeah. Can I see if I can control her?
Yeah, I haven't given it to you, but give me just a minute.
Come here. He's going to bed now.
After 3 games, even though you said 1 game.
You want me to tuck
Normally
in?
I would be too.
Okay, get bed. Back in like 1.5 minutes.
Sounds good.
Oh, sweet.
Can you hear the music?
I wish Dan would tuck me into bed.
Sure you wish you.
Just kidding.
The only bad thing is you can't hear like the ominous
music.
What? I can hear the music like AF, like over more than I can hear you.
Yeah, she probably needs to turn it on her end.
So go to the music, like the music note, top right.
Actually.
Oh, there we go. I just played with my.
Because I can also control the music. I haven't actually set all the music, like, because I haven't played all the tracks, so I don't know how loud all of it is.
Good to go. Sorry with that.
Good to go.
Sounds good.
Yeah, how dare you apologize for being a good dad?
Yep, darn. I have no choice. I'm home alone.
All right. So, for SHELMSY and Boggs, so this will be a little different. This will be more theater of the mind than the most. I may even run entire battles in theater of the mind because there is a pretty way on how to do that. So this game is much more reliant on storytelling than dice rolls.
Sweet.
Well, dice rolls are a part of it, but the game is a lot more reliant on storytelling, just in general. So, all right. So you guys this takes place in the fictional city of Fairfield, Washington. It's off the coast. You guys have all relatively familiar with the city. You guys have lived here, worked here, developed your lives here. However, 6 months ago, there was a catastrophic incident that happened at a place called the Crytek campus within the university district of the city. A mysterious virus broke out from the labs there and slowly started spreading across the city. And people were dying left and right. However, the people didn't stay dead. There were riots that eventually turned into zombie uprisings as this plague just took hold of the city, and the law and order quickly fell apart. Now, 6 months have passed. 4 factions have taken control of the city. None of them are quite friendly with each other. So first you have, go ahead and show you guys the city map. So let me know when that's loaded for you all.
Yeah, loaded for me.
Still waiting.
Still waiting? Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
I wish I knew.
No, it happens.
Where's Kale?
Tell you later.
He had a medical emergency.
So,
A marijuana medical emergency?
No,
No,
an
like
actual,
an
actual.
Oh, poor guy.
so, all right. So can you guys see it now? Looks like your icons are there. So, all right. So first, we'll start at the over here. If you can see my ping, I'll probably change my color.
Freedom's Stronghold.
Freedom Stronghold. So this is the home base of the faction known as the Sons and Daughters of Freedom. They are, and all this information is publicly well known, from as they are probably the most boisterous of the four groups. They are led by a man by the name of Major Ironside. They are a stranded PMC, or private military company, that was sent in to control the plague. However, they failed to do so and were abandoned. So now they have decided to take control of the city as their own, with lethal force. That is their base. There is part of it is actually a beached battleship over there. That was originally the ship they came in on. Next, you have the Hyenas, who are based out of the entertainment district. They are a gang of escaped criminals and former convicts that have been taken over the city's former basketball arena. They've decided to call it the Den. They are led by James Scar Hartford. They are pretty much doing what they want. They have no desire to go back, and they are willing to outright kill for it. Next, we've got the Scales. We're based out of an area called Coins. It is they are a mercantile faction. They believe anything can be done with money. They will anything you want to purchase, or any goods you want to purchase, or anything you want done, you can probably get it there. They are led by Jennifer Midas Goldberg. And then, last but not least, we have the Firelink Shrine. This is a massive sinkhole that opened up in the middle of the heart of the city, with a persistent plume of smoke coming out of it, as this is the base of the cleaners. They are former garbage men and janitors that originally were cleaning the city to try and contain the plague. They have now found their source of light, as they have now fully dedicated themselves to cleansing the city through fire. In an almost cult-like fashion, they are willing to burn out the plague that has infected the city. Finally, we have the Fairfield Republic. So this is the group of people that you guys have decided to join. They are just a group of like-minded survivors just trying to get through and figure out what is going on, and potentially trying to find a cure. So we pick up, it is the middle of a Thursday morning, or Thursday afternoon. You guys are kind of going about your business, taking care of the different things, providing entertainment, dealing with the unfortunate of those who've passed away or died from infection that have been put down, or maintaining the anything mechanical within the small base of operations. You guys are going about your day, and each of you receive a runner telling you to meet at the headquarters. Each of you guys arrive. If you want, Earl, go ahead and introduce your character.
Okay. My name is Earl. I am an industrial mechanic and millwright by trade. So, Brad, should I just go through my backstory? Does that make sense?
If you want, you can go ahead and just so they can get a sense of what your character is.
So I'll just go quickly over my backstory.
Okay.
So Dr. Boggs had always been the man you'd find knee-deep in grease and oil. His burly 6'4", 320-pound frame making him an imposing figure among the the people of Fairfield, Washington. As a heavy-duty truck and machine mechanic, he was known far and wide as a go-to guy for fixing anything that rolled on wheels or ran on diesel. The locals often said that if it had an engine, Dr. Boggs, actually, I guess I'm calling myself Earl. Earl could make it purr like a kitten. With a physique that boasted a bit of a belly, yet was as strong as a bull due to years of toiling in his trade, Earl was a formidable presence in the town. His sarcastic attitude and relatively short temper had become legendary, and those who crossed his path with him knew that it was best to approach him with caution. He'd been in more fights than he could count, whether using weapons, fists, or general tools of his trades. Earl had a reputation as someone who could handle himself, and he had the scars to prove it. But beyond that tough exterior and gruff demeanor, Earl had a heart of gold, especially when it came to his community. He'd grown up in Fairfield and seen it change over the years. The town, once thriving and a hub of industry, had fallen on hard times. Factories had shattered and jobs had become scarce. Earl had seen friends and family struggle, and it fueled his determination to keep the remaining factions and remaining people of Fairfield and their industry as together, running smoothly as possible. Yeah, I mean that's me. That's Earl. About it.
All right.
Yeah, we don't have any of that, so
That's totally fine.
I was like,
Yeah. I gave you an option so you guys it gave you an idea of how to play your character or how you wanted to play them. So for more visual,
we'll figure it out.
Here is Earl. So do you guys get a pop-up
burly
of
guy.
Earl's?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's Earl. All right. I will let you pick who wants to go next. SHELMSY?
I go or do you go?
You go.
Okay, so
Oh, sorry.
I am Rick. I am kind of out of place here. I'm dressed up like you'd find someone down in Texas. I'm coming from a traveling circus act where it was me and my two brothers traveling around and performing death-defying stunts involving firearms. Unfortunately, I have lost both of my brothers, and so I've kind of just been blowing in the wind, if you get my drift there. Other than that, yeah, I just, kind of live day by day and see what kind of trouble I can get into, both work and with the ladies.
Beautiful.
All right.
You're good.
Alrighty, my character's name is Hexandria, but she goes by Hex. Her heavy melee is a shovel, and then she comes from a family of morticians and gravediggers. So that's very important to her. Like, she feels every body is a somebody, so she treats it as such and respects that, and then kind of finds ways to incorporate, since she can kind of speak or like to the dead, whether how she buries them, how she puts them in the morgue, and how she deals with their bodies, whether she like kind of punishes them and does stuff to their body, or whether she is very like kind and loving towards them. And then she doesn't like showboaty guys, and she lost a lot of her family who went into either like different districts and things like that, and so she's really like by herself now and looking for a family to become a part of. And so that's kind of where she's at. And then obviously very goth looking, kind of has like a don't care attitude, but deep down she cares like deeply for people. They just have to bring that out of her because she's been she's in the past she's been burned by a lot of people, so she plays it close to the chest with her feelings and such. So
yeah,
Nice.
this is someone I can get to know.
All right.
not gonna
So,
happen.
so you guys are summoned to the main office of the base. From time to time, you guys have run different missions for going out looking for supplies and whatnot, and have a pretty decent track record. Nothing too crazy. You are summoned to meet Jackie Houghton. She's about a stocky woman that has kind of taken charge around this loose ragtag bunch of survivors that are banded together. She calls you into her office. And she turns and says, "It's I don't like to do this, but I'm going to need the three of you to go out once again. We have had a possible contamination of our water supply, and we believe it's the original virus that initially started the outbreak. You guys are going to have to hopefully find a cure. I know I'm getting right into things, but we don't have a whole lot of time. Do you have any questions?"
I kind of just like look over at Earl and like, Earl, y'all know where this water supply is?
How did you get this information?
I had it suppressed. But we've had several people have turned, and we've dealt with them. And Hex, we've kind of gradually brought them to you, but not all in bulk, just to prevent panic.
I've over the last 6 months, I've seen our entire city, and I've seen everything go to shambles. I would hate to see more of our people die and perish with misinformation. How do you know the information that you've been given is correct?
We were able to test it. We've had several of the initial. We've stockpiled several kits that we test every month. We test the water supply every month. This one, unfortunately, we were a few days too late.
Well, if there's a chance that I can stop this and reverse it, count me in.
You got one of them fancy water supply testing kits?
Yep, we've had luckily to recruit several survivalists, and they made sure to have one on hand.
Well, I think if we're going to go find the source of this, I think we should probably test it at the source. What do you say, Earl?
Sounds good.
I can't believe you, Hex. You haven't told us that more bodies have been coming through. You just been...
We intentionally hid it from Hex as well. You see, she pulls open her desk, and she takes out a kit, a water testing kit, and the doctors have modified this to detect the virus, this particular virus, and any other contaminants. And she kind of hands it out, and just kind of holds it out to the group.
Yep, I'll be taking that. I grab the kit, and I guess I'm assuming we have like no source of like backpack or anything like that.
No, you do.
Okay.
You have like your general, like a general kit, okay, that you kind of carry around.
Yep, I'll try to shove it down into the pack.
Yeah. So inventory space, we won't really, unless it's like a weapon or armor, it won't really take up. It won't be too egregious unless it's like very specific.
Okay.
Just to so we don't have to manage all that. So she's the water supply is just a little bit north of the base in the park. They've turned they've kind of created their own makeshift reservoir out of a small pond that was in a I say pond, but small lake that's in the park that you guys have stationed. The next place that I would look is probably the Ironheart General Hospital to see if there is any potential suppressants you can find, or maybe if you can get farther down, maybe you can find a lead on if there was a possible cure in the works.
Well, what do you guys say? Should we go track down this supply, or do you want to go to the hospital to find a cure? I feel like water is kind of important at this point.
I think I'll go where you guys are going. I got your back. I'm just a grease monkey. I'll protect you guys, but I'll follow.
What do you say, honey? Which way do you want to go?
I think we should go to the water first, so I don't see more of these people end up on my table. And the name is Hex.
All right, sugar plums. This is literally how it's going to be the whole entire time.
Good thing the world fell apart, or we'd have sexual harassment.
Exactly. There's no law. I guess is there like a hierarchy in government that's kind of just left us to our own demise, or?
Yes. So you guys, it's the semblance of government that you guys have is just your group of survivors.
In your own faction, right?
Yeah, just the individual factions.
What happened to what happened to the feds? The
feds have actually left the city to itself. There's word of there's a blockade around the city trying to contain the virus, but no one's sure if it succeeded or if it's spread. So
feel like this is Doomsday all over again.
Yeah, no one's quite had the courage to go out there.
All right. Well, I guess we'll make our way over to the water supply and see if we can find what's contaminating it, or if there's any foul play.
Yeah. So you guys make it over, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask for the first test. If you guys see, there's a little. You should have like a little thing on the screen. It should have a dice, 2 dice or 3 dice,
yep,
with a checkbox for focus or marksman. So whoever wants to perform the test, go ahead and just give me the standard test for the 2d6.
I mean, I'd rather have X run the test over here, since
Lady Luck.
Which one do you want her to roll?
2 dice.
I actually want her to roll the advantage because she is a chemist.
That's hit close.
So she gets to roll the 3 dice.
Hit close on the picture, and then just on that one as well. No, close all of it. Yeah, there you go. Now roll the 3. There you go.
Nice.
All right, so success.
Great roll.
So Hex, you take the test kit from Rick, and you quickly go about your business. You take care of it, and you go ahead and you test the water, and there is indeed a lingering. There's a lingering effect of what people just started calling the Z virus within the water. Um, so you have there is the source. You don't quite see. You're not quite sure what might have caused it. Maybe if you look around, if you guys search the area, but you have confirmed that the outpost's main water supply is in fact contaminated.
Can the test tell us how much it's contaminated, like how potent it is, so we can have an idea if it was possibly tampered with, or if it's natural causes?
It is actually, it's fairly strong, actually. You're surprised that they managed to keep it under wraps. You're pretty sure, based on your knowledge of the chemistry, it's usually stuff. It's like the longer it's there, it kind of dilutes. But this feels like it was semi-recent, maybe within the last week.
What's that test say, Hicks?
It looks to be abnormally high levels for in the past week. You would think it would be more diluted, but I don't know. Got something funny is going on around here.
Is there? I wonder if we should take a look around this site and see if there's anything abnormal.
Yeah.
What is the source? Is it like a stream, a silo?
Lake.
It's a bit of a mix. So it's mostly been rain, just rainwater. And it's the reservoir is relatively full. It's been raining on and off the past few weeks. If you want to go ahead, I will ask for another test. Those of you who want to kind of inspect, go ahead and give me a standard, unless I don't believe any of you guys have any advantage on looking or investigating. So,
oh God.
So the 2 dice are just standard
dice.
test. Yeah, good.
Yeah, two dice is a standard test. All right. So, Hex, as you're testing, Earl and Rick start looking around. Earl, you kind of just start walking around the reservoir. You don't really see much. It looks like looks like the water's a little murky, but nothing that would cause concern to you guys. The water usually gets filtered when it gets brought to the base. However, Rick, you decide to maybe you kind of follow what Earl's doing, but go in the opposite way, and you actually decide to look into, like, you kind of looking around. You look into the reservoir. You notice there's something down in the water.
About how far is that in the water?
It's probably about 6 feet deep.
6 feet.
Yeah. So but it's a relatively large pond or lake, small lake. But this is closer towards the edge. You believe it's probably deeper, farther in. But this is probably closer to the edge. And there's a small. The reason 6 feet deep is because there's a small embankment that was built up so it could hold more water. But you do see resting on what looks to be kind of like a slope into the pond. You see there's a small roundish object kind of sitting, and you get a closer look, and it's actually a severed head of someone that's been turned.
God damn.
Hey, Earl, get over here.
What do you see?
You see what I see?
Wouldn't be my first time. I remember back 15 years ago, I had a colleague dropped a hoist and dropped a vehicle right on his head. Oh, it wasn't a good sight. Seen that before, and I wish I wouldn't have to see that anymore.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on? I mean, do you have any way of getting us out of here? I don't have any way. I'm sure as hell not
I
getting
mean,
getting into this pond.
I always carry my trusty chains. You've got helped me out of so many jams. I can try to hook it.
And if you want to give it a shot, I just want to make sure you're not going to get contaminated either.
Yeah, I think you should try it. I'm surprised Rick even found it because he's used to looking up skirts instead of looking for actual things to help us.
I thought I told you I fell, okay? It was not my problem.
Oh, you'll fall again. Trust me.
I'm falling for you right now.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll definitely give her the old college try. I have so much, oil in my lungs and dust and shit.
You're one cigarette away from choking.
Sure that sure I can't be turned anyways. I'll be all right. I don't need any PPE. Fuck it.
All right. So how do you go about trying to get this out?
So I carry a set of industrial tie-down chains. Kind of use it in everyday life as anchoring, strapping, weapon, whatever. It's improvised. It has a little anchoring hook on it, and I guess I'm gonna try to look around and maybe see if I can see a bucket or something. So my chain's not gonna just drag it in; it's just a fucking steel chain. But
you're able to find a bucket here.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna take the bucket of my chain and kind of like try to fish it out.
Okay. Go ahead and since you're not using this as like a weapon or anything, a tool. I'm gonna say go ahead. Actually, no, go ahead and roll me with advantage because you're used to using these chains and you're pretty accurate with it.
Jesus Christ.
So you go and you kind of like you're kind of fishing it, trying to fish it out, and you see the bucket bump the head, and the head starts spinning, and it almost looks like it's about to start rolling off, but it ends up on the edge of the platform that it's resting on. You do have one more chance at this to try and get it out. Otherwise, it's going to fall deeper into the well.
All right, send it.
Earl, what the fuck was that?
Now we're talking.
All right, masterful recovery. You managed to you throw the bucket in, and you manage to guide it and pull the head out. You do see that the head is no longer obviously since decapitated. You do see a bullet wound through the side of the head. It is in a kind of a bloody mess because it's been sitting in the water for a while. But it does not appear to be animated in any sense. And you have successfully removed the head from the water. Oh.
Well, good news, guys. I got a bucket and a head. And I guess Hex might be where, I don't know. You might be able to test around the bucket head water and see if it's any more potent there than it might be in a different spot in this reservoir. See if this is partially where it's coming from.
Is there any way, since one of my traits is like, I think that I can like talk to the dead or like have a familiar, can I somehow do something with the dead to like ask it a question?
So this particular head is it doesn't really, you don't really get the sense that you could like form that link with it. It's
okay.
Like it's not, half the jaw is missing. And it's in a pretty bad state because it's been sitting in the water for so long. Okay. You're usually able to do that with either recently dead or decently preserved bodies. A lot of the you've tried a couple of times on like um, varying levels of decay for the zombies, and fresher always ends up being better for your connection whenever you try this. So,
I guess do we want to try and test this bucket of water to see how much more potent it is and see if this is the source?
Yeah, let's go ahead and test it if everyone's fine, since
Worth
this
a
is
shot.
the most successful head anyone's gotten in a while.
all right. So you go ahead and perform. Go give me another test, Hex, with advantage again.
You want the 3?
Yep.
3.
Okay,
You
perfect.
thought I was gonna be the. Oh.
All right. So unfortunately, with this one, you're unable to quite get a clear reading. However, you are fairly certain that this is the source. You just can't determine the level of infection in the water.
Can I look around and see if there's like any footsteps leading up to where we found the body, or the head, other than ours?
Unfortunately, it's surrounded by concrete. As this is part of the walking path. You can go ahead and try and look. I would again just need a standard test.
Sure.
See if you find anything. All right, so you go ahead and you kind of take a look around, kind of see where this head is sitting. You don't see much. You do find, however, a scrap of cloth that was torn by some bushes nearby. You flip it over, and it seems to be part of like it's like a mesh material, kind of. Something maybe you'd see in like a high-vis jacket or overalls or something that you'd see. But it's not a very big piece.
What color is it? Is it like
it's
green
like orange? It's like an orange.
Yeah.
Like high-vis vest.
Well, Earl, I don't know if this is going to lead us to the right person, but it looks like whoever was here potentially either dumping the body or the head was wearing high vis, and the only other place I can think is potentially the hospital or the industrial park.
You know, my old buddy Billy Bob, I don't know why he did this, but this guy hasn't really been in industry the majority of his life, but he refuses to take off his high vis. It looks like exactly like something that he would wear. I would agree with you that it might be something to do in the industrial park. I mean, a year ago I would have said the city's full of construction, so it could have been anywhere, but recently I would say, yeah, you're probably spot on.
Well,
should we visit this vest-loving friend of yours?
Oh, Billy Bob, he's not much for guests much anymore since everything started happening, but maybe he'll take us in.
Well, if I remember correctly from my olden days, I feel like people that wore high vis were kind of new to the trades, if you know what I mean. A lot of those veterans didn't really like wearing high vis until OSHA, showed up.
He wasn't new to anything. He was just kind of a little loose in the head.
So so as you guys are kind of discussing about the different trades and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and have one person you can pick who you want. Go ahead and roll me a disadvantage test.
Well, I'm rolling like shit.
Lucky.
I'm rolling like shit. So
what do you want?
Rick,
what do you want rolled?
A disadvantage test. So the 1 dice.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you're kind of thinking when you're talking, and you're kind of talking about like construction workers and different people that might possibly wear this.
Are you sure I'm not lagging? Because I am streaming to 3 different platforms right now.
Something suddenly strikes your memory.
Okay.
The cleaners.
Hmm.
They still wear their suits and their vests from when they were working, when they were originally cleaning the city.
Where do these cleaners reside now? Are they gone or
Ireland.
No, so that's the Firelink. So
Firelink
that massive sinkhole that opened up. You can see the plume of smoke from your outpost, and you've never seen it stop once.
It's not good.
well, I reckon we better go have a few choice words with these folks. I say we go by the hospital first before heading down to the shrine. See if there's any ongoing update or anything for the cure for the Z virus.
Hospital. I'm not even bleeding yet.
Well,
Yeah, we can go there, and then we're gonna go see these little cult cleaners.
All right. So, you guys do have a. There is enough necessity that you guys have a small vehicle. There's enough room.
Hell yeah. Are you
you
sure?
guys do have
Errol's
a-
fucking huge. I feel like he needs his own goddamn bovine or
So
something.
you didn't let
On
me
my
say-
way, I'll drive.
You didn't let me
Finish.
to finish yet. I'm going. So
Golf cart.
Are you sure we don't have a pickup truck? I feel like that's more Earl speed.
F550.
Tomater.
it is a pickup truck,
Yeah.
but it's the currently it's the only pickup truck. It's the only. So this is 2026. So
It's an EV pickup truck, isn't it? You motherfucker. We were
No,
just
it's a
talking.
1960. It's a 1965
So-
Chev.
So the only reason it is that this kind of because you guys the group wants to preserve gas for necessities for like electricity of the base. So something that so you can use the gas for that. But you guys are the only group that has been around long enough and done enough to actually earn the right to a vehicle. Most vehicles are reserved for convoys or large transports. You are the only group that has an exclusive vehicle, and there may be more that come available depending on what is found. But you do have a master mechanic after all.
Yep.
So, you guys,
So-
go ahead. You guys,
Real quick, what kind of like are we in like nighttime, daytime? Is it more like
this is the middle of the afternoon,
overcasty?
so it's probably overcast now. You're probably approaching evening, but it's not quite evening.
And
So
with
it's probably like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
and do we get more like do we actually get sunlight or are we more like doom and gloom, you know?
Lately
Any day
it's
with you
been
is doom and gloom.
it has been a bit more of a gloomy recently because it's been raining a lot. But today it's pretty clear. It's few clouds in the sky, but nice light shade cover. It's not too bad right now. It is a little darker because the sun is setting. It's pretty close to setting, but it's kind of the golden hour. Good way to put it.
Ickly dewy from
So,
just in.
all right. So you guys go ahead and get your vehicle. You guys head over to the Ironheart General Hospital. The hospital has been utterly abandoned. You have the place has been raided several times. You can see damaged windows. There are bodies laying here, strewn about this place. you guys didn't manage to. There wasn't much, obviously because the vehicle is silent. You don't have a loud engine. You guys are able to originally get to the city, and you guys are able to park right in front of the building. What do you guys want to do?
So it looks abandoned, but are people around still? Like
no, it's
like straight
there
up.
does not seem to be anybody. The place is like a wreck. This place is pretty big. It's like 5 stories. Multiple 5-story buildings for the different wards or like children's hospital, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's giving me flashbacks to start of The Walking Dead. I don't know if y'all seen that TV show or not, but that's actually who I was named after, was Rick Grimes. So my daddy, he was a big fan, and he rest in peace. He's no longer with us. He died of a heart attack. Ate too many cheeseburgers. So
he was unoriginal as well.
yeah. I don't know what the fuck Hexandria is, but
It's Hexandria.
Well,
You swine. Thank you.
All this blabbering about your feelings, and I'm stuck driving some electric fucking vehicle. I just can't believe it. That's what my life has come down to. If nothing beat my old 1965 Chev, but it'll have to do. A vehicle's a vehicle, I guess. Let's get in here. Let's get out from being outside.
all right. I'll follow. I'll follow Earl, and we'll make our way inside. And I'll smack Earl on the ass and be like, "We need to get you one of them 18-wheelers, bud."
Do that again, I'll rip that off.
All right. Duly noted.
All right.
Duly noted.
All right, so you guys go ahead and you enter, and you come into a pretty spacious lobby. Would look pretty nice if it wasn't for the graffiti and the blood and the bodies. And,
All the bodies over there in the corner.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, where do you guys try to go? What do you guys try and do?
Do you think we should go to all of you go to the infectious disease area, or where they kept all the testings? How do you feel? Or do you feel we should go somewhere else?
Well, young lady, I did everything in my absolute best to avoid hospitals like the plague, because it's the only time you go to the hospital is when you die, so I'll follow you.
Well, I reckon we could probably go to the lab. Maybe infectious disease. That might be a good start, but we can make our way to the lab as well.
Yeah, so you guys head to the elevators to see if you can potentially maybe find a kind of a directory. And you guys do. You do see that the infectious disease level is below. About 2 floors. There is a stairwell nearby. You guys do go down, and you guys get to the entrance. However, it is locked. You do see there is a badge reader near the door.
What is the door made out of?
Oh, it's just a standard metal door. No windows.
Does it seem sturdy?
Fairly, yeah.
Not too many doors in my life have kept me out.
So the hospital still has power, huh? You would think if this place is abandoned and no one's living here, wouldn't have power, and everything would fail open.
So there has to be something behind that door.
A little bit about electronics and mechanics. There's a chance that because it was an infectious disease ward that it didn't fail open, it might have failed closed.
Well, got 2 options. We can try to find that key card, or we can rip the reader off the wall and try to wire it jimmy rig it to see if we can get the mag lock to release.
Earl, have you worked with this kind of electrical system before? Do you feel pretty secure in this?
Absolutely not, but I'll give her the old college try.
Well, I'd say first, let's just look around and see if we see any white lab coats. You know, potentially they have badges, and give those a shot.
All else fails, we'll put your head through the door.
Yeah, no harm in looking.
Yeah. Whoever wants to look, go ahead and give me a standard test.
I
I'll
just
look
sit
around.
kind of like I kind of sit and just keep fucking staring at the door, trying to see if I feel like I can rip it off its hinges.
Yeah, just standard. Same roll. Crazy.
I'm just staring. I'm just fucking staring at this door, going.
You guys do find several like lab coats, but
Okay.
none of them have badges. You guys looked at some people that might be potentially nurses, but unfortunately, the badges that they did have did not have access. And upon investigating, you do see that this might be the only location that has power. You see like lights flickering. The only place that might have dedicated power is the.
Well, I have an idea. How about we just
Move
knock to
forwards.
see if anyone's home?
That could work.
I'll bang on the door a few times.
You wait a few minutes, no response.
Well, Earl, I guess give her a shot at that old hot wire there.
It can't be worse than knocking, so go ahead.
So are you gonna hotwire? Are you gonna try and pull the doors off? What do you want to do?
Is there a door handle, or
Yeah.
is it just power open, or
No, there's handles.
did I physically see that it was locked? Could I see a mag lock or just a reader?
So you see the reader, and then there's two handles. So the doors are firmly closed shut, but they look like they kind of like if you'd open, they could like pull them open or like push open. So the handles are kind of in the center, and they're the actual like handles you can turn.
I'm just gonna try to open it because we haven't done that yet. I'm just gonna try to open it.
It's locked.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't even need to force it open. We haven't even tried to open it yet.
Hey there,
Okay.
dingbat.
Rub your greasy body on it and run into the door.
Yeah. That being said, I probably felt that it was pretty solid door. I'm pretty tough, but I'm not so sure I'm ripping steel off the hinges. So yeah, I'll try to gingerly take the flimsy card reader off and see if I can start working with my greasy mitts.
So getting the plastic shell of the reader is not hard. So getting to the internals is pretty easy. However, when it comes to hot wiring this to make it try and open, I'm gonna go ahead and need a disadvantage test.
Got this, buddy.
Unfortunately, you kind of start feeling, and you grab one wire and you grab another, and you poke them together, and there's a spark, and you shock yourself, but nothing happens.
Just a normal Tuesday.
Now your hand's like partially numb.
That's just low
That's
voltage.
20
That's 24 volts.
Yeah, it's all good.
Ain't going in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Talking to people that work with low voltage all the time.
I'd probably be licking the wires to see how much voltage there was. So I look at the guys. Well, that didn't work.
Are these walls
I think I shorted it out a little bit.
Are these walls like your standard cinder block, concrete, or they look?
You're not sure. They're actually like covered like painted like wallpaper, so
Fiberboard,
you can't quite see. You can't quite see what's behind it.
Hey, buddy,
Is
why don't you
there,
give a good kick at one of these walls, see what happens?
Well, what I was gonna say is there any sign before the outbreak? There seemed to be like any construction going on at the hospital before.
No.
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 Do
Well-
I see any tools?
Yeah, I was
laying
gonna
around?
see if there's like a fire axe or something hanging
There
on the
is
wall.
a tool that came with us.
I did admit to. I did say I would try to put his head through it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
there's a quick walk around the first floor. You find various spots of not quite fire extinguishers, but you find fire extinguishers around
You
kind
could
of placed
try.
around the building.
Try.
Could I use my shovel, like, to try and hit through
Just
the
like
wall?
try
Or
to
pry it
stab
open or
through it.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to see what's
Yeah.
on the
A
other side.
crowbar kind
Um,
of situation, maybe.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and give me. I'm gonna say go ahead and give me a. I'm gonna say go ahead and give me a standard test.
Okay.
That's
However-
impressive.
Yeah.
However, you have to roll a 6. A
Okay.
5 will not succeed.
Okay.
Okay, so the 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2. So you see, as like Earl, you're fidgeting with the wires, and you guys are kind of looking around. Hex walks over, and you see she takes her shovel and shoves it right where the 2 handles are, and you hear, kind of you hear a loud like banging noise, and you do it again, and the shovel actually gets stuck in. You feel it like puncture through something, and then the shovel kind of gets stuck, and you're able to you push it back and forth, back and forth. You feel like the doors have weakened. You feel like you might have broken the lock, but you're as you go, you feel like you put a little bit more pressure on it to try and maybe pop the door open, and you hear a crack, and you look, and you're part of the handle. You can feel it starting to crack.
We're obviously both sitting right there for that, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm still
I gave it to you
basically
'cause you rolled
holding
two-
the.
I gave it to you because you rolled 2 5s. But
I'm still holding the card reader, going.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I say what we do is Earl, why don't you give this young lady a hand here to see if you can help pull these doors open.
Yeah, that sounds like she already did a little bit of damage. Being tiny little stature, I'm sure I can rip this door handle off.
Can you please come help after I got a crack at it?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Earl.
all right. So you're gonna go ahead and try and open this. Are you gonna use the shovel? Are you gonna try and pull on the handles? What are you gonna do? Are you?
What is her shovel constructed of?
It's just standard
Shovel, wood handle,
Yeah,
steel,
wooden
spade.
handle.
Fuck, I'm gonna end up ripping this fucking thing apart.
Right, that's
I'm gonna
what I
break-
said.
I'm
Go,
gonna break
You
her
guys
weapon.
you do see there is a small crack forming from where the metal head is connected to the wooden.
that's what I said. Just go
Use-
pull the damn
Use
door
those
handles.
meaty paws.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna just try because he visibly weakened the door. I'm gonna take and just try to rip the door open now.
So yeah, go ahead and give me a standard test.
Do it. Jesus.
The fuck, man?
Unfortunately,
What is going on
with your bare
tonight?
hands, you can't quite get the leverage to pull. It's kind of a little awkward because you're having to crouch a little bit because the shovel is sticking out from the center of the.
I see this fail, and because my fucking paws are so big that I just can't make it work. So now I'm gonna take, so the door handles. I'm thinking of like normal door handles, that would be in a hospital, like with pull handles, like that.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna take my chain. I'm gonna take my weapon. I'm gonna take my chain, and I'm going to basically tie the chain onto one side of the door, then wrap it around my body and basically try to run
Okay.
to
Go
try
ahead
to
and
rip the door off.
give it to me with advantage.
Give it to him. There you go.
Hallelujah.
Boom. The door swings open. The shovel clatters to the floor. And another hallway is opened. However, the in a eerily quiet hospital, a shovel dropping to the floor is fairly loud. And
Zambies.
as you guys are, you guys turn and look down the hallway, you guys start hearing moans and scrabbling.
Are these guys like runner zombies, or are they like?
You don't see anything, you hear it.
Fuck.
They're moaning. They're sex zombies.
Rick, keep it down over there.
Guys, I think I'm gonna head this way. It sounds like there's a nice orgy going on over here.
I think we better scamper on through quickly before this becomes a party of more than 3.
Well, I don't think we should close this door. I don't want to be locked in here.
I'll hearing that noise, I'll quickly untie my chains and wrap them back around my shoulders.
All right, so you guys have now got the door open to the infectious disease lab. Do you guys venture forward?
Yeah, why not?
Well, we came this far. I just finished ripping this door to pieces, so might as well move forward.
So, you guys moving quietly? Are you guys moving normally? How are you guys moving? Like, how are you guys?
I feel like I'm moving more cautiously now that we've heard those moans coming from down the hall.
I don't do fast, I do strong.
Yeah, I feel like I'm moving
A little
Like-
slower.
silently but
Yeah.
swiftly, and I don't know if Earl can even move without making noise.
Because you got them chains going.
Yeah, the chains are. Yeah, they're not exactly the quietest. So you start walking down this hallway, and you guys are kind of moving around, and you guys notice now that the sounds of what the zombies, they seem to be like spread out, and you do hear the occasional like banging noise.
Is this place like pitch black or?
No, there are emergency lights on in here.
Okay.
So it's enough to see, but it's not like it's not like full bright, like you can see everything, but it's enough to make your way around and be able to see.
Did we remember to bring a flashlight?
You would have, yeah.
Okay.
You guys are experienced enough and small enough item that you guys would have had.
Now, when we're walking down the hall, are these just like rooms with like different glass looking into
so
the rooms?
it's
Okay.
you're kind of seeing like different you're seeing doors next to glass panel, like reinforced glass, and you're seeing like right now it's nothing. It looks more of like just general like laboratory stuff. Or like areas for like notes and writing reports and stuff like that. You don't see anything that might be like actually handling the diseases yet.
Okay.
But as you guys keep going down and getting closer to the noise, you do find what appears to be a kind of like a quarantine zone where like like where you enter one side, it seals off, you
Man trap.
disinfect, and man trap, and you do find it is open.
Both
On both
sets.
ends.
Ooh, okay.
Both ends. The end to the lab, the door looks like the door has actually been torn open, forcefully. And it appears to be dented in you. So the way that you're entering, it seems to be dented towards you.
So something that's turned potentially
Is it in the hospital, maybe, or further in?
Well, no, it escaped is what I think.
Oh man.
I'll cautiously make my way through the man trap, shining my flashlight down the hall.
Yep. So you guys cautiously move through this, and you get to the other side, and now you've found the actual rooms, and you've actually found the source of the banging. There, you see in several rooms that there are there's like 2 to 3 zombies in the majority of these rooms, and you find there's about 6 rooms here, There's only one room that's empty. The rest of them have about 2 to 3 zombies in each, and some of them are banging on the glass. Some of them are just standing there, but they are all facing the glass. So you kind of have ones that are just giving you like dead stares, and just kind of, and others that are just banging on it. They do not seem to have noticed your presence visually, because but you're pretty sure they might have heard the sound.
I want to keep my eyes open for any sort of like I don't know, like head of the infectious disease, maybe his or her office, or yeah, just keep a lookout for potentially whatever they were working on.
Yeah, so you see the different rooms. You see they were all like, they all have labels, and so you see some of them were like, oh, you see Corona, you see Ebola, but they've all been like scratched out quickly, and they've just had Z virus written on them. So they've looks like they've changed all the rooms to be specifically dedicated to researching the virus. There is only, however, one room that appears to be unlocked, and the door is slightly ajar. But there's no explicit office here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess let's I'll kind of just kick that door open. Is it
right.
Does the door stay open when you kick it, or is it like
it's slowly, it kind of slowly goes back, and it again, it doesn't fully close. You kind of hear it collide against something.
I'm gonna have my revolver out and do the police tactic, flashlight underneath the gun, and kind of making my way through that door.
So as you have your flashlight and you're kind of looking around, you feel like something kind of like, as you push the door open, something falls in front of you, and you hear it hit the ground with kind of like a splat, and it kind of like flops in front of you. Go ahead and make me a standard test. All right, so you feel your nerves well up because of this sudden thing appearing in front of you, but you manage to calm them down, and you look down and you see a dead body was propped up against the door and had fallen down in front of you.
Does it look to be have turned?
No, this one actually is not turned. There's not much of a face left on this one, on this person. There's not much of a face left, and the you kind of see like the top of the head. There's a bit of a bullet exit wound.
May have been what would be commit suicide, because that's kind of what I would, right underneath the.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that's probably what happened.
I mean, what do you think, X?
There's worse ways to go.
I'll kind of just like shove the door in even more, kind of not even paying attention to the body, just to make my way into the room.
All right. Well, yes. Go ahead.
Knowing that body hadn't turned, is there a chance that Hex might be able to connect with it?
Want to give it a shot?
Girl, do your work.
Do you guys even know she has this ability?
Well, if we met at it, yes. If she asked about it originally.
Yeah.
But...
Yes, I did ask about it earlier.
Yeah.
And we've been together long enough that we can
Okay.
I've
So you would
trusted them
share
with it.
this.
Yes.
So, yeah. Do you want to go ahead and try that?
Yeah, I'm willing
Okay.
to try it.
So for this one, I'm gonna say go ahead and roll me a standard test. All right.
Ayo.
So this one, it was a little bit more difficult, but you do manage to feel you make that connection that ESP connection, and you do get a sense of this person's last moments. You do find that they are indeed locked in this. They locked themselves in this lab initially. But you notice something a little strange. From you kind of look around and you can only really see the person themselves. However, you kind of get the feel of something pressed up against their chin. Like you'd expect because you think you're inferring this as a gun, but you realize the person's hands are up. You don't get the feeling that they did this themselves.
Okay.
Murder, she wrote.
Do I get the feeling that they were murdered, like murdered for like knowledge that they had, or
You
were
do
about to?
you do get that that sense. There you feel something like you feel the thing pressing up underneath their chin, but you also feel something yanked, like something was yanked off your neck. Like maybe like if you were wearing like a badge around your neck.
Yeah.
You feel that pulled off forcefully. And then as soon as that's pulled off, you feel the connection. You feel the head go back in the connection. And
When she, I guess hexing answer, you make these connections. You like, do you just like stand still? Is it like you're meditating, or you do weird fucking things with your body? Is it like obvious that you're being weird, or what?
I would say like I'm standing still, but my eyes like roll to the back of my head, so you just see the whites of my eyes, so you know something weird
Gotcha.
is going on, but I am just still.
She's a warg. Understood. Okay, so then I see you kind of come back to it, and I'm like, little lady, what did you find?
So this did look like suicide from what Rick was saying, but that's not the sense that I got when connecting with the spirit. It seemed that this was forced upon them and the gun was held, their hands were up, and then something around their neck was ripped off right before their life was ended.
Maybe it was that damn tag that we needed to get in this door over there that I just ripped apart.
It could very well be a badge, but what would that have been too?
Well,
They
I could think of.
probably knew something.
Well, I would guess that you would have to have badge access to get into some either here or any other infectious disease.
so, you guys are having this discussion. Does anyone like search stuff? Is there anything else you guys do in this room?
I want to look to see if there's any like, I guess, cooler, or where they would either be storing or like writing down formulas for a cure, or just like chicken scratch of whoever has been working in here, potentially this individual.
So yeah, you find various notes, you about general stuff. medical jibber jabber and stuff. It's pretty high level. You don't find any. You can't seem to put it together. Go ahead and give me a standard test as you search for clues. All right, so you are going around and looking for just seeing what you can find, seeing if you can find like potential cures, maybe stuff that can be used as part of the cure, and you find various chemicals and different things. Nothing quite contains your cure. However, you do as you kind of get around, you do go ahead and search the body, see if you can get an indication of what's going on. As you unbutton the
blouse.
Not the no, it's okay.
The lab coat.
As you
The white coat.
take the as you take the suit off, the hazmat suit, you see that the person underneath is wearing a set of scrubs. However, on the right over where like the breast pocket would be, there's a small logo that you immediately recognize as Crytek.
Umbrella Corp.
More or less, yes.
Them bastards. Looks like we potentially need to go to Crytek campus.
You are muted, Chumsy. If you
I said them bastards. I wonder if that's where the cure is being held is Crytek campus.
Nothing good comes out of Crytek.
As you go ahead and you search the body more, you do find a wallet, and inside the wallet you find a business card. David Mills, lead virologist.
Okay.
Say,
Looks like we need to go find David Mills. Or what's left of him, I guess.
This is David Mills. This is
him. Okay.
With his you can to the ID.
Well, he don't got no face left.
Yeah. You can, but his ID in the wallet says
Is that David Mills? Is it from Crytek then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his business card.
Got it. Well, looks like either David was trying to do what was right for Fairfield, or
he fucked around and found out.
Fuck around and found out. Yep. I say we get the hell out of here. I don't want to stay in here any longer than we need to. I don't think we should go to Crytek as of yet. We need to figure out who is contaminating our water supply. So we got to go find that bastard with the ripped high vis.
Do we bring our bucket full of head back to the Republic and see if somebody else there might be able to give us answers on that before we head to Crytek?
Sure. Do you want to go back to Fairfield Republic first, or go down to Firelink? I guess we could go report our findings, and then we could see what gosh, I forget her name.
You two want to rock, paper, scissors it. I can feel.
I feel like we should just go back. What's the lady? Jackie? Jackie. Let's just go figure out what Jackie wants to do with this information.
Yeah.
I feel like if we go down and retaliate against Firelink, that it could potentially be against her wishes.
Let's see Master Yoda.
All right, so you guys want to head back to Fairfield or the Republic?
Yeah, we'll go back to the Republic.
Okay. So you guys get back, and it is later in the evening. It is sundown now. Again,
Damn child's awake.
not too
No.
not too hard to get back. Nothing super eventful happens. You do spot a couple wandering hordes, but nothing. You managed to slip by, no problem, with that silent EV. You get back, and you guys meet. You guys meet Jackie, and so you guys get to her office. And you guys, how do you guys want to give her this information?
Guess I'll open the door. I'll set that bucket with the head inside and slap the vest on the table, and say, "Hey, we found your problem." Earl, where'd you say this is potentially where this piece of fabric's from?
I believe this is, I mean, other than the fact that I saw Billy Bob wearing this type of clothing all the time, pretty sure those old stinky cleaners wear it all the time down in Firelink.
You kind of see as she like kind of takes a look and recoils, and she kind of points like, "Where did you say you got this head?"
In our reservoir.
And you kind of see she looks, and she takes the fabric and she kind of looks at it, and you kind of see she's kind of like mulling it over and she's like, "Yeah, the cleaners are the only ones that regularly wear these." But it just feels a little out of their MO for using the virus as a weapon.
Who else would want to do this to us?
Well, none of the groups are too terribly friendly to each other. It's all with the coins. It's business is business.
What do you know about Crytek?
Or is there anyone who would specifically want to set up the cleaners that you can think of?
It could be someone from the Den or someone from the Stronghold. I mean, the three of them have, they're kind of in the middle of a power struggle for the city. So the Scales, they just want money, and the others, they want to control the city.
What do you know about Crytek?
Well, the cause of this whole damn mess, not a whole lot. I wasn't involved with them much. Just worked a normal office job at one of the shipping companies.
Well, it's funny you say that. We found a guy by the name of David Mills. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
I think I saw him on TV the first few weeks as this broke out. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's the virologist over at Ironheart General. Unfortunately, we found him, and it looks like to see half of his face has been blown off. It looked to be a suicide, but Hex over here was able to do some witchcraft. Don't ask me what it is.
Voodoo shit.
Yeah, and she says the spirit told her that it's potentially a forced suicide, or the gun was in someone else's hands, and there was something that was torn from his neck before that shot went off and his body went cold. And that's all she got. We are assuming it's either some badge to get into Crytek for, whatever reason it is, whether it's to release the virus in the first place, or to hide some Kier. I guess where do you want us to go next? We could go down and ask Firelink to, you know, we're not going to go in there to raise hell. We just want to go there to.
Firelink wouldn't be a good idea, as they are pretty aggressive when it comes to their cleaning methods. Anything that they have not bathed in fire at least once.
Well, you know,
has not ended well.
So are you saying you want to go up to Crytek, see what's going on up there?
I think the Firelink might be your only option, only other lead.
Well, Firelink is quite a ways from here.
Yes.
We're gonna need this. We're gonna need Earl's favorite thing in the world. You know, this EV truck here. We're gonna have to take this off your hands for a bit, and it might not look the same when it comes back.
That's totally fine. That's yours to do what you wish.
Earl,
to be expected. Let me drop in a 6-liter.
Earl, what are your thoughts on putting some armor on this and potentially some either some spikes on the front or something? You know, we could run across a horde of zombies. You know, we want to make sure we can plow right through them and not damage the truck. So
now you're talking my language. I can definitely
do you have
take a look at that.
Jackie, do you have a place where we could work on this?
Yeah, they've Earl has a shop. You guys have kind of, Earl's been the one that's maintains most of the vehicles.
Oh, you're an EV mechanic now. All
so,
right.
If it has a motor.
I said most of the vehicles.
If it has a motor, I'm fixed.
But yes, you do have a place to, because it's not the first time that someone has outfitted a vehicle with a little bit of armor for protection. So Earl's kind of got he kind of shares the space with some of the engineers, the post-apocalyptic engineers of the Republic. So you have good manner of tools. You guys have kind of lugged machines over from different shops and stuff, and you've kind of cobbled together a pretty decent workshop.
How torquey is this truck of ours? Is it pretty nice, or
it's all right? It's by no means exceptional. There are other trucks that you could use. They're a bit bigger, but they are also louder, and it would attract way more attention.
Yeah, I guess if we got to figure out if we want to be, you know, we want to raise hell, praise Dale, or be like smooth criminals and, you know, kind of use the EV to our advantage. Personally, I would much rather have the armor and, you know, maybe something lifted, run over barricade. And look, everything's bigger in Texas. I wish I could get home there, but you know, barriers, pile of zombies. You never know what we're gonna find. Other cars, like.
Oh man, lifted. That sounds nice. That brings me back. Did I ever tell you about my 1965 Chevy? Well, I had that thing jacked up, and it was so pretty, so loud. I don't know if we're gonna find the coil springs and stuff that we need here to jack that up, but I'll try.
Yeah. So, you do still have the truck. it is one of the few things that you managed to get into inside the outpost when you escaped. However, it has taken damage from the beating it just received, as you used it to try and clear to
Ram through people.
Yeah, you had to ram through a horde. So various parts have been knocked loose or gone missing. Others you've maybe had to use for like it was the only place you could get this particular part, and you've had to sacrifice it to help the community. But you still have the truck, and it'll need a few more parts to get running, but you do have it.
Earl, this is gonna be a very important question, and I'm gonna judge you like no other if you answer wrong. Okay? Was this a gasser, or was this a diesel?
Diesel.
Jesus, my heart skipped a beat there for a second, to be honest with you. Well, we're in luck because, I could get gas is a commodity around here, but diesels can pretty much run off of anything, right? As long as it's some sort of oil.
I remember my buddy and I, we
could make our own biofuel if we really wanted to.
I tell you, we used fucking French fry grease and fart in a can, and that fucker ran for days. But unfortunately, Rick, I think we need to salvage more parts over the next couple of days. He's still not ready to go.
Well,
I would love to take her.
Should we go and make a list of parts to keep an eye out for on our journeys?
On our journeys, but I think to keep this process moving for Jackie, we should probably just take this piece of junk.
No, what I'm saying is go look at the truck, get a detailed list of what we need, whether it's metals and, or we can look for some sort of scrap on our way.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Only good thing about these stupid electric vehicles is their DC motors are full torque all the time, so should be able to carry some parts back.
We could try to lift this bad boy here if you really wanted to. I figured, little up armor on the Chevy and
loud and proud.
Well,
America.
What are your thoughts on doing kind of like a recon mission down at Firelink to see if there's any way we can either sneak in, or if one of the grunts that's kind of working out is missing some sort of fabric, or we can get lucky,
I don't sneak, I bash heads.
I don't know if that's going to be a good idea for going down to Firelink, but
I'll try to be.
All right, well, so is Firelink, are they more active like during the day, during the night?
You're not quite sure. You haven't really had any
I guess we could just go patrol.
Yeah, you've run across them across the city, but you've managed to avoid them. You have seen them several times go into a building and hear screams, and then you see them come out.
See incinerator.
Yeah. From what you know of their general garb, so they've got they're kind of like their hazmat suit, kind of like where they clothing. They've got their gas mask on. They've got like a high vis vest.
That makes sense.
You see, they kind of have this very interesting. They've kind of modified their weapons to where it looks like they actually managed to attach the barrel in like a barrel and trigger mechanism, and kind of like improvised a underslung flamethrower to whatever rifle they've scrounged up, and that you see they've got the tanks on their backs for the fuel.
I just so happen to have something that makes those things go boom too. So
you've managed to you haven't had direct in conflict, but you definitely think you could do that. Though you do know that these people are very fanatic about fire and don't mind going up in a blaze.
I guess Earl, what are your thoughts on making our way over to that building to see if we can kind of scout? Or if you want to go in guns blazing, we can go in guns blazing too. It's up to you. I just know this.
It's only three of us, and the last time I saw them in any amount of numbers, decent amount, so can try to take the pussyfoot route.
I would consider that the smart route, but all right, because I know this pretty face right here is not getting anywhere near fire. All right.
Let's go then.
Do we want to see if there's like any other bodies that we can bring with us for recon, or anybody that's willing to assist from our group?
There is one. He travels with you guys occasionally.
His name's Roshan.
No, his name is Carl.
Oh, it's my son.
It's Carl.
It might be my son. My name is Earl. Carl and Earl.
Well, Carl is my son in Walking Dead. Wait a minute. My daddy told me I have a brother I didn't know about.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
So, you see he's so you've so Earl, you haven't really had too much interaction with Carl inside the base, but outside, Carl is this and I'll give you a brief description. So if you all thought the two of you, Hex and Rick, if you all thought Earl was big, Carl makes him look like a twig.
Carl
makes you Earl looks small compared to Carl.
Damn.
Maybe your dad named this guy too.
He is he's a veritable giant.
We got a fucking trailer for this bastard? Like, good lord.
Yeah, so he carries a two-hand. He carries a crowbar that he custom made, that he took as a construction worker. He took concrete and formed a small.
Oh, I know who this
hammer,
is.
and created himself a concrete hammer with the handle, or with using a crowbar for the handle. AKA this is.
I was gonna say this is Kale's character.
Yeah, this is Kale's character.
Yeah.
He took some.
Would have been my boyfriend that I hit on the whole time.
He took some pretty crazy traits. So, yeah.
Can we see him?
He
doesn't have a photo.
Yeah, he doesn't have a photo yet. He needs to work with Rick to get a photo, or I could have made him one.
Whoever, yeah, you and I can both do it.
Yeah.
Carl, I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't think this mission is something that you're gonna want to go on. We're gonna be.
You're a big old bitch.
You a big motherfucker. All right, like, yeah, no, thank you.
He just kind of shrugs and he's like, "Well, I'm always here."
All right. Well, see if you can find anything around here that potentially could be used as like some sort of plow system or spikes that we can put on the front of Earl's rig. Just trying to make that thing a little bit more armored, going through hordes of zombies.
Thing is 2 tons of steel in 1965. They made them right. You just need a little bit, just a little bit, and it'll be
Oh,
good.
I'm just saying we got to protect that front end, right? Like that's the most important part. Don't want that thing overheating, busting a radiator. You know. You've seen one of them rigs where they got like the plow on the front and be
Yep.
able to smash through whatever they need. I guess. Well,
Or
here's a real
right.
question. In the industrial park, is there like some sort of road management crew that potentially could have like a plow or something like that? Because that just be a piece of cake right there.
Mhm.
Slap a plow on it and call her a day.
Earl's plowing. Call me Mr. Plow.
Call you a plow boy.
Plow in all them booty holes.
Well, I guess
You kind of see Carl's like, he's just thinking, like when you mentioned junkyard, he's like, there's that old auto wreckers place. You could maybe check there, see if you can find maybe a broken down something there, snowplow or whatnot.
Yeah, might be worth it. We could do that, or we could get going down to Firelink and get into some shit.
Yeah, we can maybe take a trip to the junkyard after we get back. We really should get to the bottom of
The
poisoning
contamination.
our,
Yep, I agree.
our drinking water.
Yep.
I mean, without good drinking water, how am I supposed to make bootlick fucking moonshine?
Well, that and you can only survive what 48 hours without drinking water or some shit like that.
I haven't had a glass of water in 22 years.
Yeah, I think finding about the water source needs to be our priority before more people are taken before it's their time.
All right, let's get on heading. Actually,
All right,
let's.
so
I guess can we wait till the morning? I guess.
yeah, I was just gonna say it is the evening. The sun has set, so you guys can take a rest, and we'll move to the next day. You guys get up pretty early. You guys have gotten used to getting up at 6-7 o'clock. When you guys are working. So is there anything that you guys want to do before you guys head out?
No, I just noticed that Earl is cuddling Rick from behind.
Got a pretty waist.
I like wake up. I'm like, oh, I like get out of bed really fast and just shuffle on out. I really want to get see if I can find some food around here. Getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, it's not bad. You're able to get some potato breakfast.
Is there like an
Maybe
armory
more.
around here?
There is. It's not amazing. You're able to find it's a lot of scrounged up stuff. Not a whole lot of stuff to choose from. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I just want to make sure I'm full up on ammo. Particularly looking for speed loaders for my revolver, so I can not like to drop one in at a time into the chamber or to the cylinder.
Yeah,
I guess
you'd
I
be able to
could
find-
probably have Earl fab me up a couple of them, and maybe
Yeah, you're able to get one or two. They don't have a lot in terms of ammo. You're fine. You're able to get the nobody else. They tend to. They don't want a lot of people. The only people that are typically carrying weapons are either in the little outpost city is either guards or scavengers. So your group, you guys are kind of the ones that usually carry weapons. Hex, you are able to get a replacement shovel if you want to go with him.
I need a replacement shovel.
So
Yeah, I'd like to tag along for that.
Yeah, I want to go get a speed
there
loader.
there are other weapons. If you're looking for something else, it's mostly handguns and rifles.
I would really love to find something that is suppressed potentially. You know, like that.
That would be a little rougher.
Okay.
Rougher to find.
What if I made a makeshift suppressor?
That could be done.
So
again, it would be an Earl's workshop.
Yep. I'm gonna take my. Can I take? I just want to grab another pistol, potentially a semi-auto.
Yeah.
And I want to take that over to Earl. Say, Earl, can you put some threads on this barrel and make me an adapter for an oil filter? And I want to go scavenge an oil filter off of.
Oil filter's not a problem. You can get that.
And by the way, that adapter is a real thing. Like, you can actually buy that adapter, but it's a ATF item, so you have to pay the $200 tax stamp for it.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, just for a quick side note about the game. So, you can do the role playing for ammo and stuff, but ammo is not a concern unless I make it, and when I do, it'll be for like specialty things, like something. Maybe you got like a military, like
M249 SAW or some shit, right?
Yeah. So something you found, or like a grenade launcher or something, you'd have like a few rounds you can manage to scrounge, but it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm using a Glock or I'm using a revolver or something like those.
Well, I always keep my trusty revolver on me.
So,
yeah. But if you had some sort of like Glock 17, whew.
Yeah,
an
so
Austrian weapon.
You're able to get it fitted out. There's machinists and stuff, so people are able to get that adapter. There are plenty of oil cans from Earl shop. Yeah. So that aren't needed. So yeah, you're able to get that.
I want to take a couple of extra oil filters with me.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they're only good for like 1 or 2 shots, and then.
So
whoa. How many am I thinking?
Yeah.
I want to take 2 extra, 1 on the gun and 2 in the bag.
Better be prepared because he's quick on the trigger.
Yeah.
All right. So I've gone ahead and added that to your sheet.
Perfect.
2 pumps and all done, eh?
So you guys ready to head out?
She almost spit the water out.
Yeah.
Candy. No. Candy.
You guys are ready? How? Was there anything else you guys want to do?
You want to grab that shovel?
Yeah, can you make me a better reinforced shovel there?
I definitely could do that. Definitely do that.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
Now you have a steel shovel.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
Now you have to swing at disadvantage because I made it too beefy for you.
I mean, it's already a 2-handed.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So just have an update to that. Now you got a steel shovel.
I reckon that she's used to digging a bunch of holes anyway, so she's pretty good around a shovel.
Yeah, I've handled some heavy equipment in my day, so I should be just fine.
You weren't supposed to tell them about it.
No, I thought that was Carl's.
Carl the 450?
Yeah. we just call him Super Duty. That music actually scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah. So you guys have decided how. So where do you guys want to go? You want to go to the scrapyard, Firelink?
No, I think we're just gonna finally stop fucking around and go to Firelink. Yeah.
All right.
Agreed.
Yeah,
So we keep talking about it, but
yeah. So you guys start heading on your way to Firelink. How close do you want to get? So
I
this
say,
is
well, we know.
representative.
Do we know about where that building is that they we hear the screamings at, and then
So it was just a random building. Like
Oh.
when you, it wasn't like a particular building. You've kind of seen them. They look like if they've gone into like hideouts and like potential safe people that were thought were safe houses and stuff, and they've cleared them out.
I say if the coast is clear, we stay a couple blocks away and kind of make out on foot. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah,
Maybe stick it to the
I
back
mean, it's
alleys.
tough leaving our vehicle out here with these scavengers, but
I mean,
everybody
is
takes
there-
my rig.
Is there anything around to like throw over the top of the vehicle to kind of disguise it?
You're pretty. So you're in the heart of the city, so there's a lot of parking, and you're able to find like a parking garage to kind of hide it. Nothing like tarps and stuff, not quite, but you are like able to stick it away in like a parking garage or whatnot. So yeah, you're able to, if you're concerned about maybe trying to get stolen, maybe parking it up on a higher level parking garage or something. So you go ahead and do that. So you guys deciding to head on out.
Yeah, we'll make out on foot down to
All right.
Firelink.
So all right. Go ahead. I need somebody to roll. Go ahead and roll me a disadvantage test. Just anybody. I just need one. All right. So you guys are traveling, and you guys are kind of walking around, and you're making your way to Firelink, and something. You get this feeling, Rick, that you're being watched. You don't know what the hell is going on and why you're getting this feeling. When suddenly you're kind of like take a step and kind of turn around, and you hear the crack of a bullet whizzing by you. You weren't in the middle of the street, you were kind of off to the side. You hear the bullet impact behind you, and you see, and you immediately duck for cover behind one of the nearby cars. The rest of you scatter. You guys are probably in a loose, kind of like a 10 feet, kind of roughly apart from each other. You guys are just scattered to get to a, just get to cover. What do you guys do?
Well,
Oh man, did anybody see which direction that came from?
yeah, I'm gonna try to identify where that shot came from.
It came farther down the street. That's
Okay.
the only thing you can figure, because you were turning back to see maybe someone was falling.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
When the
kind of
shot
like
happened.
I'm gonna look up over the cover that I'm taking, see if I can see anybody down the street.
Go ahead and give me a disadvantage test. All right. So,
These are
As much
really
as I
good
hate-
fucking lucky rolls. Holy shit!
as much as I hate to do this, I'm going to describe it this way.
Okay.
You look and you actually see quite a few blocks away, and up on top of in one of the apartment buildings, you actually get
See a sniper glint.
you see a sniper glint. And then as you kind of catch it, another shot comes and hits you, and you take 2 points of damage.
All right.
You quickly duck. You quickly duck behind cover. So just to take damage, just go ahead and if you open your sheet, you'll see like boxes and just uncheck them.
Okay.
You got hit by a truck.
I'll show you guys that icon later.
Oh, I can't because the game's paused.
Oh, sorry. It won't let you.
Wait. There it goes. Yep, that works.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it says check a box when you suffer damage, unchecked when healed. Oh, here, I'll just do that. Yep.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, it was automatically filled. Yeah. So
that may have been me.
But yeah, so it catches you in the shoulder and it just goes straight through.
Ow. I've been hit. Sniper about 11 o'clock up high. We gotta make our way out of here.
That was so cool to see. I never get to see stuff like this in person, but I agree we should get out of here.
Why don't we make our way over there and go throw him off the building?
Yep. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to bring your characters out so I can do this. But it's everybody's favorite.
Rolling initiative.
So this one, you'll actually have to click on the combat encounters and
oh yeah,
click on
the die.
Click the die to roll your initiative.
And you see the dice right next to you.
My first good roll.
Click on
Just above average.
Nice. Goddamn sniper.
He's
Rat
not just a
itch.
sniper, he's a
Sniper.
a sniper.
Sniper, no snapping.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this in initiative because this is going on. So you can take 2 actions. They can be anything. You can move. Your total speed is 25 feet, but you can use both actions to go 50. You can use both actions to move. You can use an action to maybe move, and then if you want to do something. I will say this: the sniper is you're unable to attack the sniper. He is too far and too high for you to be able to reach him. And I think most of you guys have 2 of you guys are melee anyway, so the only person to be able to attempt is Rick. So I forgot to update your token names, but whatever. Okay. So Earl, you have just seen Rick get shot from a sniper. What do you do?
So would I be able to utilize my born fighter trait?
Let me double check what that is.
It just basically says when combat starts, you may immediately take 1 turn, which is 2 actions before initiative is rolled.
Yeah.
So you can move 100 feet technically in this turn. Well,
yes. Yeah. So I don't take lightly to being shot at. So did I notice where it was coming from?
Rick has told you the direction. You haven't seen it yourself. So yeah, you're not quite sure where it's at.
Being the line of sight in between buildings where we were, I want to kind of like duck over to the other side of the building, and I want to start making my way towards that building. Nobody takes a pop shot at me.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to. So are you just gonna use all your sprint? Okay. So you're gonna sprint.
Oh, I'm gonna walk 100 feet very slowly.
Yeah. And bobbing and weaving between the cars for cover.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're able to make it 100 feet. It's probably in like another. It's probably 4 or 5 more blocks. You think? But you're again. You haven't seen it yourself.
Problem.
But you are able to move up. All right. So then, happened. All right, Hex.
Yes.
So you are hungering right now, currently for cover from the sniper. What do you want to do?
Is his wound like actively bleeding? Because I think I want to go and patch him up. Possibly.
You could try that. Yeah, you could move over to him. You could move over to Rick, and there it is. He is behind the vehicle, so he is in cover. And you can go ahead and try that.
Taste it first.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a standard test to see how well you patch this. If you manage to patch this up.
Okay.
All right. Unfortunately, the wound is pretty severe. You try and get a bandage on it, but you just can't. Unfortunately, it isn't staunch the bleeding. It's not bleeding terribly because it was mostly meat, but it's not much else you can do with it. So I'm going to take this movement for the first action, and then I'll take that attempt to staunch his bleeding as your second.
Careful, darling.
Man up. It's just a flesh wound.
All right, Rick. So you've got your two actions.
Hold on. Bless me. Yeah, I don't like sneezing. I am going to move 100 feet as well. Oh wait, you didn't finish your action.
No, she did the movement and then to try and patch you up.
Oh, okay.
So the 100 feet thing is specifically to Earl for one of the tricks he took.
Yeah. No, sorry. I meant by like the two actions. I forgot it was an action to come to me and patch me up.
Yeah.
Can I do an action of picking her up and try and like moving 25 feet towards where Earl is?
I will say, if Hex allows it, you can pick her up. You can attempt to pick her up.
Are you gonna allow it?
Just watch your hands, circus boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pick Hex up and you start running towards Earl undercover. All right, I'm going to need all three of you to give me a standard test, please. All right.
I pass.
I failed.
Could have had a natty 6.
So, unfortunately,
Natty with a natty.
Earl looks like he's got the best spot. He managed to somehow hide his massive frame, but Hex, unfortunately, the spot that you took was slightly exposed, and you hear the sound of a gun firing. And you also take a bullet to the shoulder as the sniper takes a shot at you. That is the phone. It's turning.
So you take a point of damage. Does she take 1
2
point
points.
or 2 points? Good.
2 points.
I'll mark it for you.
All right. And
Maybe
Earl.
not.
Okay, I determined to get there, so I am just going to use just gonna keep moving.
All right, keep moving. So you're gonna go down. So it's probably about. Go ahead and Actually, no, because you're going to use both your actions to just keep running down the street.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just remember, you don't know which building it is. Because
Yeah, I'm hoping they try to shoot at me so I can see it.
Okay.
But yeah, I will keep
All
running.
right. So you're just going to keep running. Hex. It's your go.
What are you gonna do? Move 50 feet total, which is probably the only thing that you can really do right now.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Just move
Okay.
50 feet.
So you're going to go ahead and move 50 feet. And you're going to try and take cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Rick.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna be right behind her.
Okay. All right. I'm going to need, again, everybody's going to have to roll me a standard test.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Unfortunately, Rick, trying to squeeze next to Hex, you get yourself a little bit too exposed. But no shot comes.
The bullet lands in the same hole as the first time.
No, that doesn't actually fire. Earl.
Hopefully I have a little bit of perception, even though I can't see on the situation. So I'm gonna keep moving towards the area that I think.
You heard the gunfire coming from. All right. Hex.
I'm gonna do the same thing as Earl. Move towards it.
Okay. Rick.
Yeah, I'm gonna also be right behind Hex, but can I take a free action to kind of shout to Earl, just kind of yell at him what building it is? Yeah. I'm gonna yell at Earl and say, hey, he's up on the top floor of this building here, and I point to the building. Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right. So everybody, go ahead and give me a round of tests.
Fuck me.
Another one. Ooh, you wasted the big numbers.
Yeah, no shit.
So, again, you all take cover at the end of your mad dashes. And again, the sniper finds you, Rick. He manages to hit you, take 2 points of damage.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
severely hurt.
So, Earl, you are now a block away from the building. You look up and you actually do see a muzzle sticking out of the on the 7th floor. You see a muzzle sticking out of one of the windows.
Okay. And I'm a block away.
Yep, you're a block away from the window.
So I'm going to turn back and just kind of point up to the window to Rick, because I know he's got a little pea shooter. And then after I kind of expose and point where it is, I'm gonna keep running towards the building.
All right, so you get to the entrance. You're at the entrance of the building now. The door. It is. There's kind of hanging off the hinges. It looks like the place has this. This place has been attempted to be looted. Hex. You are probably about 3 blocks away from the building. What do you wish to do?
Fly on your broomstick.
It's up to you. I mean, you could take another stab at like trying to patch me up, or what's resolute?
If you click on the trait, it'll actually pop up and give you a.
It will not be casualty of fear. You gain advantage on all save tests. No, that's no.
I think I want to attempt to try and patch little Ricky up.
Okay.
Ricky
So-
Bobby.
Go ahead and give me a standard test.
Okay.
Or you could have been right on, or tried to catch up to Earl.
Shoot off the building.
Again, he's pretty injured.
Sorry, buddy.
And you don't have.
Fuck sakes! Where'd you learn how to take care of people? I can see why you're not a doctor and you're a mortician. Good lord.
They come to me dead, so you get what you get.
And you don't get upset.
All right. Rick, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to stay right here where I'm at, but I'm going to take my revolver and take a shot just at the window. I'm not going to try to hit him. I just want to take a shot
Okay.
because I don't think I'm close enough yet to shoot it.
No,
shoot
I
it.
would. So you're about the same. You're about the same range, as Hexes because you guys have just been running down the street.
Yeah.
So you have a chance.
Can I use marksman?
Yeah, you can use your focus and marksman. Go ahead and it'll be a standard test.
Yeah, so the odds of hitting your targeted increase dramatically when you aim at
I'm
it.
gonna
When
make
it's
this
using its focus
so-
action, your next attack with a ranged weapon, it's successful on a test of 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Yep. So I'm
Okay.
gonna actually make this. So you're gonna be at disadvantage
Okay.
for this. So or wait. So you're just wanting to shoot the window, not, or are you gonna try and hit the sniper?
Well, I guess if I can try to hit him,
If
I
you
will.
could try and
I'll
hit the sniper,
him.
it's gonna be a disadvantage.
Okay.
But you can use marksman.
So focus has to be on and then marksman.
Yeah. So you check focus, check marksman.
And you say disadvantage.
Yeah. So your shot goes wide. Earl, you hear the gunshot from behind you. You hear it collide against the wall of the building. You do see the muzzle retract slightly, and then it peeks back out. And
Is that considered 2 actions there?
to focus and fire, yes.
Okay.
So focus is one action, fire is another.
Okay.
So you're still like you've kind of ducked, but you are a little bit more open now because you had
Sure.
to stand up and take that shot. So this it's pretty quiet in the building. So all right. So, Earl, you hear you kind of hear something. It's pretty quiet, but you're sure you hear some voices, and you hear like there's multiple people, but you can't make out anything they said. Rick, you brace to expecting a shot. However, one does not come. Earl, it's your turn.
I am still absolutely enraged, so I'm just gonna keep pushing forward to try to find the culprit and gonna go after anyone in my way.
All right, so you're able to get the stairs. You quickly find the stairs, and you're able to get up 2 flights of stairs. You're able to get to the 2nd floor. And just running. Right. Hex. You're 3 blocks away from the building. You are near Rick. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and follow Earl to see if I can be of any help to him in case he needs backup.
Okay. You don't currently see Earl, but the last thing you saw was him going into the building. You're now a block away. Rick.
Use telekinesis.
I'm actually just gonna blind fire a shot over the,
Okay, you're just gonna blind fire?
shot over the top of my head. Yep.
All right, go ahead and roll me a disadvantage test.
Gotta get that. Woo! Sheesh!
You just kind of turn over your shoulder, fire, and you don't hear the sound of a bullet hitting like concrete or brick. You actually hear a scream of pain.
Fuck yeah.
It's very audible. Hex, you hear it clearly. Earl, it's a little muffled, but you hear somebody in pain.
Attaboy.
You're not sure why, but you're pretty sure it's Rick because you heard the second gunshot. However, Hex, I'm going to need a standard test from you.
Yep. Standard roll.
And I'm assuming you're using your second action to go get into cover, Rick, because since you just blind fired.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot to ask you your second action. All right. So actually, go ahead and give me one as well. All right, you're both in cover. So you both managed to get in good cover. So the sniper is going to attempt a shot. And Hex, you see the bullet strike a sign in front of you. It actually hits the pole, and it kind of like the pole leans over as you kind of see as it's pierced some of the metal. Luckily, it wasn't near you. All right, Earl, it's your turn.
I'm on the second floor, and I think this guy's on the seventh?
Yeah, you saw the barrel was on the sticking out of the 7th floor window.
Well, I didn't go this far. I'm keep up. Some more we go.
Fuck, Earl, your cardiovascular system's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah. So you're now on the 4th floor. You're still climbing the stairs.
Yeah, I will catch my breath.
Yeah, a lot of steps. All right, Hex.
Need to get a drink
better
refill
just keep
soon.
going.
Yep.
But you better just keep going.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep following where I saw Earl go and to the sound of that sweet, sweet music of the cries of that person.
All right, so you get into the building and you get up to you get to the base of the building, and you see the door and all that. You do see the door to the stairs has been flung open. I'm pretty sure that's where Earl went. So that's both movements. And Rick, go ahead.
All right. I'm going to move 25 feet and then also get into cover.
Okay. So if you want to move twice, I'm kind of the second action is to moving and getting into cover.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll move 50 feet and then move and get into cover.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So all right. So go ahead and give me a standard test.
Oof. I'm dead.
You
Not
think
a
you're in
good
cover, but you don't hear a shot.
Oof, thank God, because if there was a shot, I'd be dead.
All right, Earl.
Another
floor?
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 6th floor.
All right.
Another one.
Hex. Second floor. Yep, second floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna move forward. Probably catch
Rick,
up to.
You are about with that. You are now about a block away from the building.
Do I still see a barrel sticking out?
No.
I'm just gonna still take a pop shot at at the window. Just blind
Okay.
fire at the
All
window.
right. Go ahead and give me a test at disadvantage.
Jesus Christ, bro! Like I can't fucking I can shoot
I
someone.
guess you are a trick shot artist.
Yeah.
Fire.
You hear you hear a scream of pain. And that's it.
Okay.
From what you're Hex and Earl, you also hear the scream of pain again. It's a little muffled.
Nice.
Earl, you hear something that sounds a bit like gargling noise. And then it's like quick and stops.
Uh-oh.
There is no shot.
They're fucking leaving, bruh.
So, I guess I'm gonna try to just go up to that 7th floor.
Yeah, so you get to the 7th floor. You see as a you see there's a door that has been partially opened, and you see a palm laying on the floor.
Yes.
So like you can see, so you see like the door,
Yeah.
and then so this is like the door. You can see the hand. You can just see the hand
Yeah.
like, sticking out of the door.
Yep.
And the door's open.
All right, I'll peek my big fat head in there.
There is you find a body, a person dressed in what appears to be like a kind of like a makeshift ghillie suit. It's lots of grays and like urban, like kind of like a makeshift like urban camo from like scraps of fabric.
Yep. Do I recognize it?
No.
I want to check his pockets outside of his fancy gray clothing. I just want to check it out, see if he has any identification or whatever before I pick up his body and I throw it out the window.
Okay.
But I want to obviously clean it, like really make sure there's nothing on it.
Yeah, so there's not too much on it. A bit of rations. You've got the ghillie suit. You do notice, however, there is several bullet. There's 2 bullet. One appears to be kind of in the shoulder area, and the second appears to be just underneath the left eye.
Ooh, got him right in the face.
You do a quick scan of the apartment. You do see that there is a rifle sitting on the floor. You can make up whatever rifle, but it's like a civilian like hunting rifle. And the scope is smashed, so it is. You're pretty sure that's where the bullet traveled through.
Oh yeah,
just
nice.
from, like,
To get his face, to get his cheek, yeah.
so.
But no other like identifying.
Nothing super identifying. You do, however, see a on the back of the hand. There seems to be a brand, but it's not a brand, but a tattoo. There's a tattoo on the back of his head. Brand,
Yep.
sorry. And it's kind of faint, but it has a greenish tint to it. And you can't quite make out what it is, because you kind of see like some are a little bit brighter than others.
Right.
And the other thing that you do find one other thing on his body, a small UV flashlight.
Good for tracking water particulates. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm actually gonna give it to Hex. That seems like something that she might be interested over me. And then I'm going to pick up this sack of shit and I'm gonna throw him out the window.
All right. All right. So, Hex, you manage to get up the stairs, and you find Earl, and you see Earl. Looks like he's finished. You kind of see him. He's in front of a door, and he looks like he's like rummaging through something. You see him pocket something, get up, pick up, and as you get to the door, you see Earl has taken a few steps and is at the window and has heaved a body through the window. And you kind of see, and it's a few seconds, and then you just hear a smack and the crunch of bone as the body. I'll describe this to Rick when he gets back. But there is still that rifle on the floor.
I used to go hunting in my day, but shooting's not necessarily for me. I'll kill something with my bare hands.
Did you find anything of valuable on him?
There
Or
was
any signs?
There was a rifle that might be interesting to Rick, and just a hand tattoo. I don't really recognize it. It's kind of green tint and it's kind of faded.
It was a what?
But I haven't seen. There's a tattoo. There was a tattoo on his hand that was kind of faded in multiple different areas. And it was kind of green. And I also found a a rifle on his body with a shattered scope. But you might like that rifle.
So it takes Rick a little bit longer to get to you. So Rick, there hasn't been. You're kind of in cover for a little bit, and you realize there hasn't been any. You haven't heard any fighting. You haven't heard a gunshot. And you kind of look, and you kind of start creeping towards the building. You're still darting between cover, and as you're about to approach the building, you hear some noise coming from above you. Next thing you know, a corpse comes out of a window and falls like 10 feet to your left, and you just see it. You kind of just see it fall and hit the ground, and you hear the crunching of bone as the body hits the concrete.
Nice. Only one person I know would probably do this. So I'll just make my way up.
Make your way up.
Yeah.
Yep. So you find them. They're in the apartment. You're able to get up there. You find the apartment with the door open. There is I pick your favorite hunting rifle, or civilian hunting rifle, but there is a rifle on the floor of the apartment. Scope, however, is shattered.
All right. I'll just sling that thing on my back.
Iron sight battle rifle.
And if you can make it like a bolt action, some sort of bolt action,
it'll just be like a hunting rifle, like your typical
rifle, yeah.
your typical 308.
Okay. Yeah. So just I want to see if you can do this, Rick. On your character sheet, do you see an item that is just called a light or a heavy ranged weapon?
Yep.
Are you able to click on the text of it to pop open the item individually?
Yep.
Are you able to click on the text in there, which is the ranged weapon, and change what it says? Yep. Okay, there you go.
Remington 700.
There you go. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I went in and made templates for each of the different types of weapons. So
Nice.
I wanted to see if you could like read, because there's light, heavy, medium, and ranged. And so I wanted to see if you could rename those. So if you wanted to add flair to your character, that's where you can do that. So yeah, so you have that rifle. All right. So I think we're gonna just end it here with this little bit. We'll pick it up. We can pick it up again later. I want to. Do you see the section that says experience?
Yep.
All right. Just
I
a
got
second.
total spent and remaining.
Yep, you're gonna add something to the total, but I just need to confirm because there is a particular way for experiencing this, and
Thank you.
okay, so I'm gonna say for this whole session, everybody gets 3 experience.
All right. So you just put
So
3.
go ahead and add that to your total. Yep.
Right.
Or your rent.
And what do we
Okay.
spend experience on?
So experience. So you can use it for a couple of different things, but you'll have to get the total. So you can use 6 experience to have a permanent increase of your max HP. You can
I'm
use
gonna
8
need that.
experience for to either give yourself proficiency in a new weapon type, or you can master a weapon.
Okay.
10
interesting.
experience, you can give yourself a brand new trait.
Hmm.
So you will always get one at the end of a session. You will get one at an encounter. You will get one if the roleplay is good.
The experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you got the 3. You defeated an enemy if it reached the end of a session, and then
If you deemed RP.
roleplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the RP was good. It was actually yeah, you know what? I'll say that off screen. But yeah, so yeah, you guys get 3 experience, and you guys will be able to see that. I will retroactively add Kales to the sheet because
Perfect, yeah.
Unfortunately couldn't be here. He would have been here, but
Yep. Given circumstances.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, awesome.
so
I actually
Dan?
like this system. This system is really cool.
It's nice and easy too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead. So Dan, on your character sheet, if you go ahead and open that up,
Yep.
you should see a little experience section. Go
Yep.
ahead and add 3 to your total.
Sure. Okay.
For experience, you can use it for 3 things. 6 experience, you can increase your HP, your maximum HP by 1. 8, you get a new proficiency or master a new weapon. 10, you can give yourself a new trait, and you'll get, depending on how it goes, you get 1 for good roleplay, 1 for completing an encounter, and 1 for advancing the story. So and reaching the end of the session.
Awesome.
And they can be given. The more can be given out, but so that's how the experience will work. So so that's the Tiny D6 system. There is several. There is one that I'm kind of thinking would be fun to run, but the thing is, I don't know nothing about it. So there's a variety of different. They have this system with the D6s, but they actually have different settings. So there's the zombie one. There's like a D&D one where it's like actually like magic and dungeons and all that stuff. There's a one for like if you're in Fallout. There's one for like if you're Star Wars or Star Trek. There's one with mecha versus monsters. There's a Wild West one.
Nice.
And the one that I would think would be hilarious to run, but I've never actually watched any of the movies. There's a Baywatch setting.
Oh my god.
So I've never actually seen any movies, but I mean, it even has
That'd be hilarious.
a slow-mo mechanic.
Like a Pamela
Built it
Anderson
to-
slow-mo.
Yeah, and it's
That's
like
funny.
yeah. So the only ones that I have right now are the zombie one and the dungeon one, or the D&D one. So
Nice.
and you can they have superheroes too, and everything meshes, everything literally works the same, like traits, all that stuff. And it's such a rules light system that I can improvise and I can make up rules on the fly.
I
just to
actually
give it a
really
bit more of a
enjoyed this
twist.
system.
Yeah.
Like
So
it's nice to be able to enjoy the role play and not have to think about looking at your character sheet or like
yeah,
what
like,
you want to roll.
What
Like,
am I really good at?
yeah, what
or
am I
something
good
like
at?
that.
Like, oh shit, should I, like try to get sneak attack here or whatever, right?
You
Like,
just kind of like,
yeah. Because it is. It's literally a roll is a roll, and it doesn't matter what the fuck it is. It's either a failure or a success. Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
yeah, so this is actually that Halloween costume I had, I actually ran. That was an interactive Halloween costume. So I made 5 pre-made character sheets for the tiny dungeon, and I actually ran like 3 games at the party.
That's awesome.
I ran like a little 3 to 4 room dungeon and ran them at the party.
That's
I
super
didn't ruin
cool.
my voice, but it was totally worth
Yeah.
it.
That was muted, but that's
Was Porky there at the party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
was-
Porky and Lauren. Yeah.
Yeah. Lauren didn't play. Porky did. I don't think you met him. Yeah. You. Do you remember Gruffy or Seth?
No.
Okay, it might have been after you left.
Yeah.
Jordan probably knows who they are.
Yeah, because the only two that I played with were Lauren and
Porky and
Porky,
you had to. Oh, that's right. Because you were in the campaign. You had your first child, so
Mhm.
you had to back up for that.
yeah. When
But
Gracie
Jordan was
came,
so-
I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make
Yeah.
this one work too.
damn kids.
Yeah, because that was on what?
That was that
was on Wednesday
so
nights.
I had a couple of former players were in that game. A couple of new ones too.
Cool. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna end stream here, and we can discuss how Mrs. Shelmsy liked playing a tabletop
I do wanna hear
role-playing
that.
game. Yeah, so we will see you guys later. Thank you for sticking in the stream, and when Dread, when do you think you're gonna see this next? Let's just bank on Jordan not having a one shot ready. Because...
so I'm not gonna run this like every off week.
No,
This
like
is
do
not
it like
happening
once a
every
month.
off week. I'm just
Do it like once a month type of deal. Yeah.
If so, we'll see what's going on. We have to see what's going on first.
Yeah. I think this was a good way for her to get her feet wet in the role playing and tabletop, instead of like looking at your character sheet and be like, what the fuck do I do with this? Right?
Yeah,
'Cause
it can be overwhelming. I actually probably should have tried to push Charlie into trying this one too.
we should see if Ben wants to play, because Ben did ask what we use for map making, right?
Oh yeah.
So we should just see like, hey, get in here
I'm gonna
and
get you guys with a Pathfinder character sheet.
That good, eh?
It's worse. It's worse
than D&D.
than D&D.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
believe
man.
that.
Because so not only does it have all the D&D,
thing.
yeah, like the skills. Like it doesn't. Not only does it have all the skills, however, and like the abilities, but then you have abilities on top of abilities. But it's a much more interesting. It's a much more interesting system, because so like you know how in D&D when like you say you take the attack action, it's like, oh yeah, I stab somebody twice with my spear, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in Pathfinder, it's kind of like this. It's kind of like this system. It's you have 3 actions, and you can use the actions to do different things, or you can put all the actions into one action, and then it might change. So, like, say there's a basic heal spell. So if you put in one action, it is it's a touch spell. You have to touch the person, and to heal. But if you put in 2 actions, it's a ranged heal. You put in 3 actions, it's an AoE heal.
Right, area heal.
Or you can do like you can use 2 actions to throw and charge in 1 action. So it got all kinds of crazy like abilities that you can do, and you have way more control over your character. But yeah, it's pretty complex.
Nice.
So we're giving you guys the easy one with D&D.
Yeah. Yeah.
How Dred, how do you think the 3 of us? How do you think our RP was?
Hold on.
Wait,
I got it.
Sorry.
Okay, goodbye, guys. Thank you for
Bye.
joining the stream. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Well, I didn't realize you were still on.
Well,
Yeah.
we just kept talking. I'm like,
I'm sorry. You could have just
Gotta
cut it off.
go.
in the
yeah,
middle.
cut it off right there. Yeah.
So, is it actually over?
Yeah, it is over. It stopped.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on.